Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Roll Up Varsity. I am Connor.
And this is Sticks.
Sticks, what's going on, man? Welcome back. Always great to be back, man. Before we get into a big show, let's just kind of chop it up a little bit, man. How was your
Yep.
weekend? What did you get into? Um, I saw little Curtis not too long ago, so
Yes,
that
sir.
video you posted on the timeline, you had her ready to go. So let us know what you got into, man.
Most definitely. Yeah, I love doing this with you. It's got even more fun, it seems, throughout the weeks. Just more and more fun. So yeah, really enjoyed doing that. This weekend, before doing all that prank on my daughter, I went to the gun range twice. It's a huge hobby of mine, so I ended up doing that, having a lot of fun, testing my accuracy, getting better. And then after that, I went in. There's this trend going around on social media where you prank your kid. So what you do is like you pretend you're about to go fight somebody, and then that person has a kid to fight your kid, and just see how they react. So I ended up doing that with my daughter, recording that video, and she was definitely on go. Like she said she was nervous, but come to find out her nerves was because she didn't want the girl that she was fighting to bleed too much. So that was hilarious. But yeah, if y'all want, go check that out on Twitter. It's a hilarious one. And also, real quick shout out, we did a giveaway, and we had the winner, and I posted that on the roll up account, and then we got one that is gonna drop, I guess, next week again. Just keep that thing going for a little bit. How about you? How was your weekend though?
Man, it was good. We didn't do a whole lot. Just kind of hanging out. Wife had to work half the day Saturday, so it was just me kind of chilling by myself at the apartment. Obviously with the little puppy. So she's been keeping me busy, of course, as y'all know if you've listened to the last few episodes. Actually recording with her right now on my lap, so she's doing good. She's learning to deal with the noise and stuff like that. So that's good.
That's
But
adorable.
nothing too big, man. One of those relaxing weekends. I got a big weekend coming up this week. I'll be down in Bradenton for the IMG for the Future 50 camp for Under Armour. So I'll be down there covering that. Excited about that. Should be able to get some good conversations with a bunch of good kids and really see some top quality prospects. So it was a good relaxing weekend before I got a work weekend coming up. But other than that, man, really just chilling, uh, just enjoying life. Just it is
Those
what
be
it
the
is,
best
man.
weekends though. Those
Yeah,
relaxation weekends, you need it more than you know, and you don't even know you need it until it ends up
exactly.
happening. You're
You
like,
just
"Ooh,
sit there on.
that was a
Hey,
good
man,
one."
I needed this. I needed this. But
Definitely.
yeah, man. Before we get into too far into the episode, obviously want to shout out our sponsor, Sativa Doll. This episode of Roll Up Varsity is brought to you by Sativa Doll. Sativa Doll is a veteran-owned company that offers 3 different products: CBD soft gels for you and your pets, and a roll-on for pain relief. The soft gels come from a trusted source that manages the product from seed to sell and are often recommended by medical professionals as part of your regular health and wellness routine. Roll On is formulated by pharmacists for quick, effective relief and also has menthol so for the extra cooling sensation that you might want. So if you guys want to support us, please go to sativadol.com, order the products, use promo code varsity25 for 25% off your order. Support us, go like, rate us 5 stars. Do the same thing for Sativa Doll, man. They've got great products. I've been able to use a couple of them myself already. Phenomenal products. Please go support the people that support us.
Yeah, tapping with them is crazy. I've been putting people onto it recently. My closest friend, he actually has a dog that's sick. Like, so we end up giving the CBD pills, the one for pets. That's the one I really talk about. And people be like, "Do they have stuff for humans?" I'm like, "Yeah, they actually do." But I'm just so big on the pets one. You don't see that everywhere, and it actually supposedly has been helping the dog. So. And then we should just jump into them top schools. I really like to get through these and give the listeners real information, real facts that's going on. And if they ever tune in, they usually get a lot of gems that go on through here. Like last week, I talked about Jaden Wayne going, and I thought he would commit to the University of Miami, and then boom, just like that. Just follow these stick picks. You know what I'm saying? And then let's go into these top schools. So we have 5-star number 2 running back in the country, Richard Young. He's at a Lehigh Senior High School. In Florida, he's down to 3 schools. He's cut it down to Alabama, UGA, and Oregon. And then we'll move over to the 4-star number 2 linebacker in the country, Troy Bowles. He's in Tampa, Florida. He's down to 3 schools as well, having Georgia in there as well, Ohio State and Oklahoma. And then we'll go over to the 4-star number 9 wide receiver in the country, Jalen Hale. He's in Longview, Texas. He's down to 3 schools as well. Georgia's been a topic out of all these schools so far, being a Georgia, Texas, and Alabama. And then we'll go over to the 4-star number 5 safety, Makari Vickers. He's at Robert F. Monroe Day School in Tallahassee, Florida. That'll get you right there, that long school name. I wonder what they abbreviate that to, because that's ridiculous. And he's down to 3 schools with Oklahoma, Michigan, and Alabama. I guess it's a trend to cut your schools down to 3 around this time. And then we're going to go over to the 4-star edge, Neo Avery, out of another crazy name high school, Our Lady Good Counsel in Maryland. Y'all killing me. He's down to 4 schools with Maryland, Kentucky, Ole Miss, and Oregon. And then we're going to go over to the athlete, 4-star Kai Prian out of St. James, Louisiana. He's down to 4 schools with LSU, Auburn, Mississippi State, and FSU making the cut there. They're going to make our way over to the 3-star offensive tackle, Vyson Lang in Pike Road, Alabama. He's down to 6 schools, with those being Auburn, Tennessee, Arkansas, LSU, Texas, and Georgia, continuing to be on a trend of making top schools. And then now over to 5-star number 3 edge, Samuel Mbappe. He's in IMG Academy, out of IMG Academy. He's down to 7 schools with Notre Dame, Oregon, Florida, Georgia, Miami, Alabama, and Tennessee, all making those cuts out of the number 3 edge, 5-star from IMG. And then we're going to go over to the 2024 5-star number 2 player in the country, our number 2 cornerback in the country. I think he's also number 2 player in the country there.
Number 1 cornerback in the country for his class, actually.
Oh, my bad. Check me, Connor.
Hey, don't sell my guy short. That kid's a baller, man.
Yeah, he definitely is. FSU sleeping though, apparently, at the wheel, because they had the lead in it. But we're gonna go over to his top 10 schools. Being a 2024 kid, cutting down to 10 schools does take a lot. So he's cut it down to LSU, Oregon, Miami, Ohio State, USC, Alabama, Texas A&M, Florida, Jackson State, which is huge for them to have the number 2 player in the country, number 1 corner. Thank you for that, Connor. In the country, put them on that list, and then ending it off with Oklahoma. Again, going back to FSU, they were in the lead. A lot of people thought he was going to commit early on in the recruitment, and then end up trying to bring guys with him. He didn't even make the top 10, which is crazy. Come to find out, they decided to cut communication with him. I guess they didn't feel too good on their chances, which is a horrible read by the FSU staff. But Connor, take it away with these commitments.
Yeah, man. But before we get into those commitments, we'll jump back into that here in a minute. But we've got a real big interview set lined up right now. 4-star defensive lineman from IMG Academy, Will Norman. Will, thank you for joining us today, man.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
What's up, gang?
How you guys doing? What up, my friend?
Doing well, man. Doing well. How about yourself?
I'm good.
Good. Hey, Will, so before we get into everything, we always like to start it out, kind of give people a little bit of an idea of who Will Norman is before we jump into all the specifics of school and football and all that good stuff. Who is Will Norman outside of
honestly, I'm a humble young man. Honestly, I like to say I thrived off of working hard. I come from a small city, so everything we had to do was come from hard work. So I just kind of say everything, like my root word is just hard work. So you know what I'm saying. So everything I just want to build off of that. That's it. So yeah.
It's crazy because I posted you on my IG yesterday. So people was like, he's not in high school. I'm like, I swear. I started looking through your picture. I'm like, hold on, man. I might need a birth certificate or something, because it's crazy. You look older than me. I'm 27.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I just did like a little youth camp with Hassan Reddick from the Eagles, edge rusher. Yeah, they my dog.
I seen that, and you look about grown as him. So
yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, right.
Will definitely looking like he should already be playing in the NFL right now, man. But like you said, you did that youth camp, and then we all kind of saw that on social media. What does it mean to you to be able to be in a position right now to be able to give back like that to people around the area?
Honestly, beginning of the day, right? I was talking to one of the guys that was there also working. I'm like, yo, it's crazy because stuff I'm telling them, they still tell me. So like, I was laughing a little bit. Like in the beginning, I'm like, yo, you think the kids gonna listen to me? How you think it's gonna go? I'm like, they know I'm still a player, so going on throughout the camp, it kind of gelled well. But just the opportunity that Hassan let me work his camp with him. Like I worked out with him in the past, but something like that, you know what I'm saying? Just putting on them shirts like a staff at his camp, little Eagles cameras there, little network situations there. So I definitely feel like it was definitely an opportunity that I want to be a part of. Just knowing like I'm an up and coming player trying to follow those footsteps, like trying to eventually have my own youth camp. So just working with him, just at least seeing the ropes and just, you know what I'm saying, just being able to build off that. So I definitely want to say I appreciate him just for showing me the ropes. Your first time doing something, you're going to just try to take it in your own hands and see where you could take it. So I want to shout him out for just, you know what I'm saying, paving the way for that.
Yeah, and you getting, like you said, you receiving some of the information that you passing down. You being younger, you're able to get that
Yeah.
information, and it's fresh. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
usually the best time to pass it down. Sometimes you
Yeah.
stray away from that, so you had the basics and passing it on to them right now.
Yeah. That actually helped me yesterday, the other day, too, because, like, I was sweating and all that with him. I was getting into it, and one of the other workers was like, "Yo," he was like, "Yo, you working out?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm just into it." Like I'm still an athlete, so like when I see them messing up and stuff, like I feel like I'm correcting one of my teammates. Like, "Nah, dog, like don't give up. We gonna get it right." So like I kind of was taking some passion into it. Like, yeah, just go. Feel me? We always wish we had somebody who we would say lit. You know what I'm saying? Just as a kid, like we gonna use the word lit. I would say like if like just somebody that do want to be able to be reachable though. You always hear people from your city or your town that's like, oh, he made it or oh, he was good, but you never don't see them, or you just hear people, oh, that's my cousin or oh, that's my friend, but you never really could call him or just see him. So I definitely want to be somebody like that that's, I would say, reachable. So that was definitely major that I could just show the inside like that.
Yeah, that's good, and you have a passion for it, so that's always good. And then now, like, so you're from New Jersey originally, correct?
Yeah,
And then now
yeah.
you made the transition to go play football out at IMG in Florida. How's that transition feel from New Jersey compared to
uh,
Florida? I'm from up north too, coming down to
yeah.
Florida, so I know what it is.
Yes, sir. But I like that, we play on a good. I feel like I got a good staff around me, like my coaches and everybody, good set of teammates. So they definitely keep me grounded, and they like the work is definitely there, I would say. But football, I would say I wouldn't say it's taking more serious than New Jersey because New Jersey take it serious, but I would say they invest everything into football. So that's what I would say that would be like the biggest jump is like from the serious standpoint where you got film study, you studying the game a little more, you taking a little more deeper steps. So I would say the going to Florida definitely got the game more serious. Like I definitely made me more serious with the game. I definitely would say that. Yes, sir.
So making that transition all the way from New Jersey to Florida and you've been at IMG for what, 2 years now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you've been there. What is it like making that decision? Because you had to make that decision at a young age to
Yeah.
move all the way away from your family, come down to Florida, and,
Mhm.
and basically live here for what, 9 months out of the year.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, exactly. So what was it? How hard was it to make that decision? Because I know a
um,
lot of people see IMG go get
yeah.
big time prospects like yourself, and they
Right.
don't realize how hard it is for you guys to make that decision.
Yeah. I always keep it real. So we still kids and we still young men at the end of the day. So it's always those days where you want to go home, and there's always those days where you making calls actually, and you calling mom like, "Hey, mom, like this might not be it," or you still human. So I would definitely say like a lot of people don't forget that we definitely do have them days, and you might have that long day on that field, and you be like, "Man, I ain't," you know what I'm saying? It's over, like you. So we is human at the end of the day, but they like we had. That's why I say we got good staff around us that try to keep us grounded and try to keep the main goal the main goal. You know what I'm trying to say? So that would be the biggest thing. But we do have our little, you know what I'm saying, our little bumps in the road, but we try to minimize those things. That's the difference. Like everybody always gonna have a little bump or a little hiccup. It's just you try to minimize that and try to have it as these times as possible. So I would say that. But yeah, it is a big jump. You got to live on your own, kind of. You can't eat always when you want to eat. We got rules. It's kind of like college. So it's just little stuff that'll get on your nerves. Like, just Yeah, it's just little stuff like that. Like, yeah, you
You
want
can't
order out, you want to
you
go
can't
get
go
some
run into the kitchen
McDonald's.
and grab some food real quick.
Yeah, you said.
And
Yeah,
that's another thing I was going to ask you about IMG. I mean,
yeah,
a lot of people know it's kind of preparing you for college, but how do
yeah.
they do that? What do they do to prepare you for college besides like that dorm type life?
Yeah, besides door type life, schedule life. So just being on a strict schedule. So like, I'm coming from down here in New Jersey public school. We go to school from 7 to like 2:30. IMG, we don't start class till like 1:45, 1:20. So you got practice from 6 to like 12. So that I would say schedule wise, definitely getting you ready for the college life because normal high school, you're not worrying about practice in the morning. You like, I got 2 tests and then we got practice at 4, So here it's kind of like, I would say that also get you ready because it show you the business side of the sports as well as you have to manage the academics. So, like first thing on your mind, they want you to be focused and go handle what you got to handle on that field, handle your business. And then you already, I would say after the workout, it help you because you're not sleepy in class. You already woke up. You know what I'm saying? You didn't worked out and everything. So I would say it benefit off each other. But I like the schedule because I'm a morning guy. So when I wake up, that's when my mind telling me like, go do what you gotta do, go do what you gotta do, before I get to, what I'm saying, getting relaxed. You know what I'm saying? So I would say the schedule actually was one of the biggest things that I would say prepare us to schedule.
Yeah, I didn't even know that they did it like that. I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah.
that's news to
It's,
me, and it's good that you're a morning person because I'm not.
yeah. Yeah. Feel me? I was like, even when I came home, like some of my coaches from around here, like, they be trying to work out with me, but they still got their regular like jobs or whatever. So they'll be texting me like 3 o'clock, like, yeah, you trying to work out? I'll tell them like, bro, I didn't work out at 8 o'clock. And they be like, why? But I'm still just used to like being at school. Whereas like when I'm laying down in the morning, I feel like I'm doing something I'm not supposed to do. I'll be like, yo, I feel lazy or something. Like you just used to your teammates being, you just used to doing something like active with, like I'm saying. So I would definitely say like the schedule definitely would help us. College, you got meetings all the time, you got film, you got this. So I would definitely say being on a strict schedule, what I'm saying, you're not gonna be late. It's gonna help you be on time. It's gonna help you just how to be in the meetings, how to carry yourself. So I would definitely say that part. And the political world, like I know that probably wasn't a question, but yeah, just how to carry yourself. I would say I'm saying it help us in that way too. Like they handpick kids, but they also show you how to carry yourself. Like interviews like this, they also show you how to conduct yourself. Some kids probably get on here and say some wild stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I would definitely say it help you. Like it give you a good bonus. So yeah.
Hey, you must have been listening to the Sharif interview last week. He was on here saying some wild stuff.
Yeah.
No, but that's good, man, because a lot of kids don't, like you said, they aren't accustomed to doing stuff like this, or just in general, just interpersonal communications, and that's awesome that they give you the opportunity to learn that stuff. Going to kind of switch over to kind of your recruiting process. We've kind of seen how you got to where you are.
Yeah.
About 2 months ago now, you released a top 5 of Florida, LSU, A&M, Penn State, and Michigan. Is that still valid for you, or have things changed since that time?
Honestly, I don't like to say I got a top list anymore, but I got some schools that's like that I mess with heavy. Definitely University of Florida, University of Tennessee, Jackson State, and Texas A&M. Um, I kind of fell off with Michigan a little bit, LSU a little bit, but I'm still open. I'm still open to all options, honestly. But UF, Texas A&M, what I'm saying, Jackson State, Tennessee, yeah, and Florida State.
Okay, so Jackson State is
Yeah,
in there. Jackson State
yeah,
now that
yeah.
Coach Prime's there has made a big jump. Obviously, he flipped Travis Hunter last year. He's doing a really good job of recruiting
Yes, sir.
guys at a high level to a school like Jackson State that doesn't usually get top 100
Yeah.
prospects. So what is it that Coach Prime's doing at Jackson State to make you put them in your upper echelon of schools?
When it comes to a school like that, and like we're gonna be real, like you got Power Five options, and then you'll go to an HBCU option. I would say that move will be based off of like I would feel like just loyalty. I'm saying just a trust in like a coach, and just you just what I'm saying. At the end of the day, you taking the risk wherever you go. So I feel like if whoever I'm saying would choose Jackson State, or if I was to choose Jackson State, that would be like I trust the program and I trust the plan that the staff have for me and set for the team to just grow. I would feel like I feel like it wouldn't be based off like, oh, we're going to win a natty or anything of that caliber. You know what I'm saying? So I would definitely feel like that move would be based off like a plan. So yes, sir. So I feel like yes, sir. That would be based off of something like that.
Yeah, that's big. You just dropped Jackson State. I've heard them link to you at all before.
Yeah, we just start getting a real good bond lately, like the last 2 months since I've been home on summer break, actually. Yeah.
No, that's lovely. And then you said with LSU and Michigan, what happened there? Because they used to be in the
It was
top and
like
then they kind of fell out.
yeah, it was like a coach. It was like coach's tweak. I would say LSU kind of like backed off on me. I feel like they got. I wouldn't say they got scared, but they kind of like. I feel like they think they couldn't win anymore, so they kind of. You know what I'm saying? So like I was texting their coaching staff saying like y'all still got a chance. Don't give up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all stop at your own shine. But Michigan when Michigan had the whole coaches switch, that kind of like the relationship kind of went up in the air. You know, like you just lose contact. You know, it'd be like a whole month. You don't even know who's gonna get the job, so you don't even know who to call, who to text. So, you know, kind of I feel like we just lost the love throughout that little whole switch. And then the D line coach that I was kind of with the relationship with, he's at USC now, so you know that's across the globe. So that relationship just got blew with the wind. So yeah.
Yeah, that's a deep trek over there to get to Cali. No matter if you're from Jersey or Florida, that's far. That's on the other side.
Right.
So then, well, two things I'm gonna ask you. So basically, the teams you really messing with, you said Jackson State, Tennessee, Florida.
Yes, sir.
Who else was in there?
Texas A&M.
A&M. So that's really the top schools, and then you threw Florida State in there.
Yes,
so that you don't got a top five, but that's like the top five.
Unofficial top five.
Yeah.
Unofficial
Right.
top five.
So now OVs. What OVs do you have set up, if any?
I took one to Florida already, and then I cut it short after that, because I kind of wanted to focus on my body and just getting ready for the season. You know, everybody else was kind of just getting blown away with the visit. I kind of wanted to take that time and just get better than everybody. So that's what I was doing. But during the season, I definitely would take a visit to one of the Tennessee games. I'm gonna definitely get back up to UF, not for OV, but just for unofficial. I'll definitely be at one of the Jackson State games too. So definitely an OV to Tennessee, definitely an OV to Jackson State. And you know, I'm in the backyard of the Gators, so I'm gonna be there a couple times throughout the year as well.
Yeah, that's crazy right there. So Jackson State go get an OV. That's huge. Tennessee, you said, and then I believe when you talked to me earlier,
A&M probably get it to OV, and LSU when they call me after they see this, they gonna get an OV too.
Oh yeah, they gonna. Hey man, I'm slacking. I gotta get back, so I do got a chance. I'm gonna send it to one of the coaches. I'm like, yo, tap in. Listen to it.
To LSU will get an OV too.
Nah, for sure. And those are big. And then you told me about going over to Florida the 29th, I believe, for FNL. Is that still in the works? Is that for sure? Or?
Yeah, I definitely want to bring my mom up to the facility and everything. Let my mom see how the school is. You know, it's time to see where I'm trying to go to college. So I definitely want to start getting my mom involved with the program and see how she feels about everything. So I would definitely try to make it to Friday night lights.
And mom Duke opinion. That's that whole weight. So
you know what I'm saying?
Important.
Yeah. That's another reason why I kind of held off on a visit. You know, you kind of want to you don't want to just go for fun all the time. You want to really, you know what I'm saying? So now I feel like I just slowed everything down. Now we can really dissect everything. You know, it ain't all crazy. It ain't 15 of us. It's going to be a good 5 of us. You know what I'm saying? We can really dissect and really have grown man conversations with the coaches and see the plan they got set. So I definitely feel like me slowing my process down was something I did that was beneficial.
So with you taking those visits, obviously you have certain things or certain factors that you're looking for in a college or in a coaching staff. What are the key factors that you look for when you're saying, hey, I could see myself playing at this school?
I would say comfortability. It's kind of like I would say when you choose like your friend, like a friend or just somebody you want to be around. Like, say if we take a car ride and there's 5 of us in the car and you don't gel with everyone, but is this that one kid in there? You're like, nah, he cool a little bit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna call him later. We might just chat about a girl I like. So I feel like that's how you gotta kind of put it with the schools or on the visits, cause like it might be that time where you on the visit and you be like, nah, I just don't feel right. Like I was down like Auburn. I'm saying I don't want to do. I don't. You know what I'm saying we don't gotta do it like that, but. You know what I'm saying? My stomach just wasn't right that whole weekend, bro. And it's something little like a stomach ache. You know what I'm saying? And my stomach didn't get good till I got on the plane to go back to IMG. So it was just something like that where it was like, I probably couldn't see myself living there. Maybe it was God telling me like, don't fall in love or don't get too comfortable. You know what I'm saying? So I just take little signs like that because, like I said, you taking the risk wherever you go. So you just like I said, so you just gotta try to. It's men at the end of the day. The coaches are real life people. So you gotta take it with a grain of salt. You know, you just gotta hope you fall in love with the right person, man.
Yeah, and like I told you, this
Yeah.
podcast, you come in, you keep it real, you keep it 1K.
Yeah.
So you could say it like that, and like you said, that could be something is bigger than anything else that you
Yeah.
talking about. You got there, your stomach started hurting, you leave, it got better.
Yeah.
That could be a
Like
sign
I don't
for
want to throw no dirt to Auburn. You know, they show they love. They definitely recruited me hard as they can. I definitely want to shout out to them. But like I said, you just definitely gotta take the little details. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, you know what I'm saying? It's just comfortability, I would say. And then again, you know, you look for schemes, you just look for play styles, you just look for honestly a thing I do, I look at the team they got in place. Do I look like them? Do I look like I could be a part of them? You know what I'm saying? Like, do I look like I could be in the locker room and do I hear a joke that I could laugh at right now? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to be in a team, you be like, cause at IMG we early enrolled, so I'll be like right now. I'm saying I'm a high schooler. I got IMG on, but come December time, I'll be getting ready to pack my bags and go to wherever I go. So that's only 5 months. So that's why I kind of saved them for the games because I want to see the locker room vibes. I want to see the team that I will be around in 3 months from now because it's gonna be the same. It's 50 of y'all still gonna be there. 40 of y'all still gonna be there. 20 of y'all might, 10 of y'all gonna get drafted, 10 of y'all might, you know what I'm saying, hit the portal, but 40, 50 of y'all gonna be my brothers. So I want to definitely feel the vibe. So, you know, like I say, comfortability. Because I feel like football take care of itself as long as you do what you gotta do.
So it's more about feeling the vibes on game day to
Yeah,
just
don't
know
get me wrong.
how
Like
it
like
meshes.
we still looking for schemes and all that, but you feel me? You come up ready to play every practice. You do what you gotta do. You put your best foot forward. Football gonna take care of itself.
So is that why you decided to take the Florida OV kind of earlier? Because you know you could get out to any game anyways?
Yeah. It kind of was like Malik Bryant, my dog from IMG, Najee Harris. He actually committed to Florida, my dog. So, um, that was kind of like, you know, we got out of school early at IMG, so we got out like May 31st. So the June 10th visit was kind of like we all kind of was like, let's link back up. We ain't see each other 2-3 weeks. We about to just link back up. We all take an OV the same weekend, and it was all of our first OV. So we just kind of wanted to do some kind of like a little family thing, we all just meet up at Florida, just have like show love. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that was definitely dope. And like I said, Najee definitely committed. So you know, I'll definitely hop in the car with him and come to a couple games. You know what I'm saying? We right in the backyard, so
Yeah, it's not a long trip up at all. It's
yes,
couple
sir.
hours, couple hours. So being at IMG, obviously you guys have a lot of national exposure. You get
Yeah.
to sharpen your tools against the best in the country. Like oh, this guy threw the Gator hat on. Hey, if anybody's watching this, oh, he's got multiple hats. All right, I see you. Oh my goodness.
How
Feel
many
me? That's
Gator hats
all.
you
That's
got,
all
man?
I'm gonna do.
Guy's got
That's all
3
I'm gonna
Gator
do.
hats that he threw on. I'm sure he's got some more hiding over there.
That's all
I'm
I'm
sure he's
gonna
got some more school hats though. LSU's probably going to send him one after this interview.
Oh yeah, they go tap back in.
But yeah, man. To kind of get back to that, you get to sharpen your tools every day in practice against the best
Yes,
in the
sir.
country. What? How does that really prepare you for the next level? And what is it like to go against someone like Najee and the other big time prospects that you have
Yeah.
at IMG?
It definitely lets you come. You won't come in with like I would say any room to not take it serious. I would say, you know, some schools or I'm not even going to bring up any other schools because you know people get offended. But just some programs and just some places you want to be serious and all the time and you want to be perfecting your craft. So I feel like the players we have, like yeah, you might be winning reps, but you still working on something because they're just not a pushover. I would say. So the amount of seriousness that you got to put into it and the amount of work you got to do. Like I remember last year, I was speaking on when we had the offensive line like T. Book, that's at Alabama, Aluba, he's at Georgia, Elijah Lopez, he's at Oregon State. Like with the offensive line we had last year, I remember me and my roommates, we was the night before we was coming up with what move we was going to do on one-on-ones. We wasn't even worried about the whole practice. We saying we got one-on-ones tomorrow. what move are you going to do? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, the amount of, like, effort that we put into practice, I would say is definitely game changing. Like, having those type of talent in practice, like, going at it every day, like like an SEC practice, going at it every day, you can't get that anywhere else because you get better in practice. You, Friday night isn't played on Friday night, so I definitely said, like you said, going at it every day in practice is definitely beneficial. Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, that's real what you said. It's just basically,
Yeah.
and like I said, I know that you have a passion for the game. There's a lot of kids that
Yeah.
I talk to, and I'm not saying I don't vibe with them,
Yeah.
but you could tell that they head's not just the passion.
Yeah.
They're doing it for other reasons. But
Yeah.
you talking about you at the crib, talking about,
Yeah.
hey, what can I do here to get better the next day?
Right.
That's dedication, that's love, and that's something that puts you a step ahead of other
Yeah.
people right there.
Yes, sir. No, real talk.
So at the end of the day, you have to make a decision. You're enrolling in January. I know you said you kind of slowed your timeline down.
Yeah.
You want to take some visits over the fall.
Yes,
Do
sir.
you have an idea on kind of
Um.
when you want to have a decision by, or
um. I'm not. I can't even lie to you. Like I said, my whole plan. I'm gonna be honest with you. My whole plan was to come home and commit this summer. That's why I took my 1 OV and then called it quits. But I had to slow everything down. So honestly, when I get back to school and I'm gonna just, you know what I'm saying, let the season take place and just see where things go. I'm gonna just let God take the lead because I kind of felt like I wouldn't say I was rushing things, but I kind of was falling in love too quick. So I kind of just want to I kind of just want to let the chips fall in place where they may fall. You know what I'm saying?
so when
Players.
you
You know what I'm
when you
saying? It's gonna
no
be a
no go
lot
ahead,
of
man, go
upsets.
ahead, go
In
ahead.
the next couple of weeks, it's gonna be a lot of upsets. You know what I'm saying? Kids ain't gonna go where they thought they was gonna go. Players ain't gonna get who they thought they was gonna get. So when I come, it's gonna hurt. You know what I'm saying? So I'm waiting for the right time. Like, I'm waiting for the right time.
So when you say you were falling in love a little too fast, you kind of shut it down
Yeah.
after that first OV.
Yeah,
Was
you know what I'm
was
saying?
that kind of like, hey, I
Yeah,
was really
nah, a
feeling
lot of people,
Florida at
yeah.
that time, or
Yeah, you have a lot of people know you have one of my top schools, you know what I'm saying? You have top two. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a senior at the end of the day, so it ain't even like no trolling or nothing going on like that, no playing around. But yeah, but you know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to take a little more time and just, you know what I'm saying, let chips fall where they may fall. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Tennessee came into the picture, Jackson State came into the picture. So I just want to let God take the wheel, bring my family, get my family involved, and just see where everything fall in place after that.
And that's a mature mindset to you. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like females. Like you start
Yeah,
off with one and man, you
yeah,
ain't used to it and you fall quick.
yeah,
And then if you take a step back, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
You might not see that's where you're supposed to be at. So
yeah,
it's good that you
exactly.
do that at the end of the
That's it.
day.
And
So you all
that's not to say
right.
UF did anything wrong.
Right.
They didn't drop anywhere on the list or anything. I just wanted to personally, I just wanted to take a step back, bring my family more involved because I was falling in love as myself, but my family wasn't falling in love with me, and you don't ever want to do that and go and feel like you don't got nobody supporting you. So you know what I'm saying. So I definitely wanted to take some time back and just feel everything out. You know what I'm saying. So and focus on. And honestly, I just wanted to focus on what I had at hand. We got a national season coming up. I got one more year. I'm trying to go get Max Preps Defensive Player of the Year. I'm trying to get probably Gatorade Player of the Year in Florida. So I just got some stuff I'm trying to handle here too. So I just wanted to slow everything down. A lot of kids living like they at the universities now, and they senior years might not match the hype. So I just wanted to humble myself and just, you know what I'm saying, and just do what I had to do.
Yeah, so it's more of a you thing, not a school thing.
Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't anything like, you know what I'm saying, the relationships and everything's still there. It kind of was just me. I kind of wanted to just do everything in order, kind of.
Yeah, so then you said you're big on relationships and stuff like that. So where
Yes,
you
sir.
are right now in your recruitment, which staff do you think you had the best relationship with? I'm gonna
Uh,
ask them tough ones too, fam. You know what I'm saying?
the best relationship I got the best relationship with Penn State and Florida. Penn State and Florida. And I just remember I ain't say shit about Penn State all night.
They up there too.
Yeah, Penn State definitely up there though. No, don't get me wrong. Penn State definitely up
So
there.
top six, top six.
Yeah, Penn State definitely up there. I like to say if I was to take the stay home route, like if I was to take the home route, then it'll be Penn State. That they right in my backyard. If I was to stay home in New Jersey, so that's what I like to say. If my family and everything feel like it's best for me to stay home, then Penn State will be the best school for me.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you next, man. Because you've been
Yeah.
home or you've been away from home for 2 years, is kind of getting back home closer to family on your mind a little bit through the process, or not really?
I would say yes and no. Not really, but you always just you always just got dreams of just being that guy where you're from. Like you want to start small and then just what I'm saying go far. So I would say yes and no. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to be close sometimes, but then you don't ever want to be too close where you feel like you ain't going nowhere. You feel like you the same guy. So I feel like yes and no, because you got them days where you like I would like giving back to the kids. There's them days where I want to play close so they can see me and like I said, they can be reachable. But then there's those times where it's like maybe I don't need to be around. Maybe I might get caught up doing the wrong things, or maybe I might come home one weekend's too many. You know what I'm saying? So it just be little things like that you always got put into perspective. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And so Penn State's up in there, and
Penn
when you
State
were
is-
telling me your top schools, I definitely thought of Penn State being a dark
Yeah,
horse.
I don't know what I
'Cause-
started talking about Jackson State and everything.
Yeah, I swear when we were originally talking about like
Yeah.
top schools, I'm like, oh, Penn State gonna be in there because
Yeah.
I'm some like when it comes down to them, I think that up north,
Yeah.
especially near New Jersey,
Exactly. Yep.
that could be a top school for sure.
Yeah. No. Nah. That's my that's my sorry this year. I definitely meant to mention the Nittany Lions. They definitely my dogs. They
Especially
definitely
since
my
you said
dogs.
Florida and Penn State have the best
Yeah, we
relationship.
definitely, yes, I
Staff-wise.
would definitely say like on a regular, I definitely communicate with the two staffs, Florida and Penn State. I definitely we at least talk, and Tennessee we communicate a lot, but Florida and Penn State we've been communicating like this for a year. Tennessee, they kind of resurfacing, but that ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? That ain't nothing against them, but they kind of resurfacing. They had a staff change too a couple years ago with everything, so they kind of getting back on board with everything. But Penn State and UF definitely been in touch for most frequently for the last couple years. They stayed the same. You know what I'm saying? That keeps them up there too. That's why I just had to say sorry to Penn State and Florida because I'm saying they've been real since freshman year. You can't change on your dogs. You know what I'm saying? Penn State and Florida been real since the beginning, man. Since I was missing tackles. Like,
Hey, if they kept it real, then they gonna always keep it real.
Word up.
Connor, you gonna go?
Yeah, hey, I think I think your fingers covering your mic a little bit, so it's getting a little
Yeah.
muffled. No big deal. I mean, we can still hear you.
Yeah. All right. My fault.
Okay, cool. No, you're good, dude.
Yeah.
So, you from New Jersey? No face of Rutgers.
No,
No
not
face of
anymore.
Rutgers.
Kind of when I was young, but
It,
I'm saying I'm not. I don't know.
I was
it
gonna bring
so
up Rutgers too. I was like,
yeah.
ain't no.
Yeah.
no,
I
no,
used to
no,
I used to love Rutgers, man, but
no Greg Schiano hitting your phone.
nah, that's my dog. He a great coach. He definitely a great coach, but the D line coach James Panago's left and things kind of
Okay.
so.
No, I feel that it's growing up because I'm from New York. I was a big Syracuse fan, but like if I
Yeah.
was playing football, I ain't going to Syracuse. I ain't gonna lie. So
Right.
I
Yeah.
feel it, man.
Exactly.
I feel it.
Yep. If I was hooping, I probably would
Basketball
have
school.
considered him if I was hooping.
Yeah,
But,
same with Syracuse. If I was
yeah.
hooping, I'd definitely consider
Right.
Syracuse.
That's
But
just there,
football,
right there.
I mean, they could, they could have my heart, but from a distance. You feel me?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I would definitely say, yep, you're right.
So is there a school that you grew up really liking?
Believe it or not, you can flip cameras on here or no?
Yeah,
But
you should
like
be able
growing
to.
Yeah,
up,
flip. Yeah,
growing
it
up,
should work.
growing up, I was like a big basketball player. Like, you know what I'm saying, just so
Oh
like,
yeah.
yeah, so like, you know what I'm saying, USA.
Okay,
So
I see you.
yeah, so freshman year and everything, I didn't even play football freshman year, believe it or not. But so growing up, basketball, I like Duke and Kentucky. Honestly, if you want to be real, you know what I'm saying, I was trying to dunk on people, but football, you always hear about Bama, so I always just was like, you know what I'm saying, I was big, and I was like basketball. I was always huskier than everybody, so they'll be like, yo, if you play football, you can go to Alabama. So I would say Alabama was always just one of those things you always just thought about in the back of your head, like if you nice, you gonna go to Bama. Like if you're that guy, you know what I'm saying, you gonna go to Bama. So when I took the football route, I would say Bama was always just in the back of my head, but.
So what about Kentucky, right? Where they're a basketball program and they're pretty established in football
Yeah,
too.
yeah. I don't know. We never really had a relationship. They they recruited me, but they ain't recruit me. I feel like they hardest. They ain't prioritize me, so I definitely would say the relationship wasn't there. Y'all got an exclusive interview. Y'all got the room. You know what I'm saying?
We got
Y'all got the real vibes.
Yeah, for sure. I see Michigan up there. I think I saw Michigan.
Okay.
Yeah, I see the Gators right there.
got the different pictures up there. We got three different Florida hats. I think I saw FSU helmet on the wall over by those basketball jerseys.
Yeah, FSU right there. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
This
Now
guy's
we got the
repping
real
everybody
exclusive.
there.
That's what we do. That's what we do here.
Hey, man,
It's supposed to be a different type of vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Different
Like
vibe.
not coming up here like yes sir, no sir, like real street. It's like just chill and talk, man. Just talk
man.
about your
real talk,
recruitment. Keep
We're
it
not
real.
we're not trying to be in that cookie cutter stuff, man. We want you to be
y'all right.
relaxed. We want you to just feel comfortable vibing with us and just hanging out.
Yes,
It was put as like barbershop talk.
Yeah, I mean, we had our combos. You know what it is on this side, so it's just chilling.
Yes, sir. Nah, it's dope. Yes, sir.
Well,
Yeah,
Curtis, you got any more
that's what most
questions,
people
man?
say. No, not really. It's just most people come on here and they expect something and then they get on here like they were hesitant to get on and then they get on here and they're like, oh man,
Right, we
I should
chilling,
have
right?
been I should
Yeah,
have been nervous.
man.
It's just like a face. I told you it's gonna be just like a FaceTime call.
Yeah,
You just talking to the homies.
Yeah, you're exactly right, man.
And that's that. We're definitely trying to change the game with this stuff, man.
Yeah.
It's too much of that cookie cutter. Like, hey, tell me about this school. Tell me about that school. Like, we want to know. We want to know y'all outside of football too, man. Like that's the big thing. We want y'all to feel comfortable. We want to know what's going on in your life outside of football because it's bigger than that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, we're a high school football recruiting platform, but y'all are so much more than just football players, man. Students, children.
Yeah, one of my teammates just said that he did an interview. Well, I think he was on live.
Talking about Rick.
Daz Riggs. He said asked me about my day because first thing they said on live was where you going to school at. He was like ask me about my day first.
Yeah, I seen that on social media.
Yeah, so
I
seen that on social media.
Yeah.
And then that's one thing we do. I mean, even when I text you, if you go through our text, like, hey, how you doing today? Before I even ask you about jumping on this, I ask you, how you doing? Because it's like Connor said, it's bigger than football. There's life outside of football. And then this is the reason I got the relationships I do with all the kids because you don't got to go to my favorite school. You don't got to keep playing football. You could fall off, say, I don't want to play football tomorrow. I'm going to still rock with you the same way. I'm going to still tap in with you the same way. So this all love on this side.
You take a deeper look into it. Yes,
yeah, that's what we like to do here. More people know about you. We talking about where you from. You from New Jersey. Tell us about New Jersey. Stuff like that. You did this with the kids. Tell us about why you did it for the kids. Stuff like that. So
yeah, most definitely, yes, sir.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you for coming by for sure.
Nah, thanks for having me though. It was great.
Man. We really appreciate you jumping on, man. It's been awesome to talk to you. I've seen interviews with you before. I know you're really well spoken, really well thought out young man, and it's a pleasure to get to talk to you for the first time, man. I know you and Curtis talk a lot.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a good time, and we appreciate you coming out and joining us, man.
Yes, sir. We could definitely hop back on after probably after a couple games of the season just to catch back up. Probably after like the first half of the season, probably drop some film on here like after the first 4 games or something. Just try to back up, get a little update.
Absolutely, man. That'd be great.
What we could really do too is we just started. We did our first episode of Spaces. On Twitter, we could definitely get you jumping on one of those, and you get to interact with some fans maybe too. It's up to you.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we're gonna tap in.
Let's get it. I'm gonna hit you right after this.
You already know what it is. Appreciate it.
I love my boy. Yeah,
appreciate it, Will.
All right, Phil.
All right, man. Hey, what a great interview, man. We can jump back into the commitments here in a minute that we stepped away from to interview Will. But man, what a phenomenal interview. Like I said, really well spoken young man. Really cares about a lot of stuff outside of football, giving back to the community, back where he's from, which I think is phenomenal. A lot of these kids are so one-track mind about, hey, I have to use football to get me to the next level. And Will's not that. Obviously, he's got the ability to do that because he's such a talented football player. But he really cares about so much more than just football, and it's nice to see, for sure.
Yeah, and like we were talking about, it's more than football on this podcast. I mean, mainly, obviously, we're around recruiting, but it's bigger than football. So, I mean, I told you it's gonna be vibes, and my guests don't flake. They come through. So,
Hey, man. Hey, that's what we do. That's what we do.
and also, real quick shout out to Silk Week 1 for my microphone. Let's get into these commitments.
All right, man. Let's get into these commitments. So we're jumping straight into one of Will's top schools. We're going with Tennessee. Tennessee got hot on the trail, landing 4 commitments this last week, including 3 blue chip prospects, led off by 5-star edge Shandavian Bradley. If you recognize the name, we talked about him last week. He had dropped at top schools, ultimately made the decision to commit to Tennessee. They also landed 4-star athlete Cameron Selden and 4-star offensive tackle Curtis. I know you said you wanted me to pronounce this one. I don't even know if I'm going to get this one right.
Yeah, don't do it to me. I'm good off that one.
But I believe it is pronounced Shamurad Umarov. So we're going to leave it at that.
I think you got it. Yep.
We're going to leave it at that, and we're going to move on. And then we've got Florida after a slow start to their recruiting process, landing 3 blue chip prospects over the last week. 4-star wide receiver Eugene Wilson III, who is the son of former New England Patriots cornerback Eugene Wilson. 4-star running back Treyon Webb, who we obviously had as our first guest. And then we also did an exclusive Spaces last week with Treyon, where he answered questions from fans. He answered some questions from the both of us and really just interacted with everybody. If you haven't listened to that, whether you're a Florida fan or not, please go listen to that. Treyon is a phenomenal kid, answered some great questions, and really got into more than just football. And then finally, they flipped 4-star quarterback Marcus Stokes from another one of Will's top schools in Penn State. Marcus Stokes, 4-star quarterback from Nice High School. If high school sounds familiar, that's because 5-star former Florida Gator quarterback Tim Tebow attended Nice High School. Big flip for the Gators there. And then Miami continues to flex their recruiting muscles, landing what it was a 5-star at the moment of his commitment. A lot of Miami fans were not happy when he moved from a 5-star to a 4-star just the day after he announced his commitment. But Jaden Wayne,
they went on record to explain the whole situation that
yes,
they ended up putting.
If you didn't see it on the timeline, they went on record saying it was not them that caused the drop in the composite. But Jaden Wayne, formerly from Washington, is now at IMG Academy. So him and Will Norman are about to be teammates. And then they also landed 4-star linebacker Raul Aguirre today on Tuesday, July 12th from Whitewater, Georgia. Clemson continues to recruit at a high level, landing 5-star defensive lineman Peter Woods from Thompson High School in Alabaster, Alabama, as well as 4-star offensive tackle Zechariah Jones from Eagles Landing Christian Academy in McDonough, Georgia. Clemson now has a number 3 ranked class in the country. They're loading up in the trenches with those 2 big guys. Zechariah Jones, one of the bigger kids in the country, standing at about 6'7", 350 pounds at offensive tackle. And then Oregon, right after we recorded last week, Oregon struck gold by landing 2 top 100 prospects in 5-star and number 4 quarterback in the country, Dante Moore. I think Dante Moore is either number 1 or number 2 in the country at quarterback. I absolutely love the kid's skill set. I think if he was taller than 6'2", he'd probably be higher rated. Him and Nico, I think, are my top 2 quarterbacks in the country. And they landed 4-star cornerback Caleb Presley as well. Michigan, another solid week recruiting for them, landing 2 4-star prospects and interior offensive line Amir Herring. And then athlete, who we spoke about last week, who I might butcher his name as well, Collins Achimpong. Ohio State continues to recruit at an elite level like they always do. They're at the number 1 ranked class in the country right now. They landed number 5 defensive lineman and number 53 ranked prospect in the country, Jason Moore, and 3-star offensive tackle Miles Walker. Michigan State also landed 2 4-star prospects and top 100 edge by Job. We spoke about him a couple shows ago when he released his top schools. And then interior offensive lineman Cole Dellinger. Dellinger is the younger brother of current LSU offensive lineman. I forget his name now that I, of course, have to talk about him. But his older brother is at LSU. Brent Venables continues to recruit really well since moving over from the defensive coordinator of Clemson to the head coach at Oklahoma. He has landed 4 commitments in the last week, 3 of them being top 100 prospects, which is super impressive, in number 8 wide receiver Jaquez Petaway, number 12 offensive tackle Caden Green, and number 12 edge, I am not going to say that name, Adepoju Adibawar. And I'm sure I butchered that young
that was
man's
right.
name.
Yeah, that was right.
So if I did mess it up, I apologize.
I'm the worst
But
person to coach on that.
I'm doing my best over here. And then 5-star number 4 wide receiver Jalen Brown from Gulliver Prep in Curtis's hometown of Miami, Florida, committed to LSU over FSU, Michigan, Texas A&M, and Miami, surprising a lot of people that he did not pick the Canes. As soon as Jaden Rashada committed to Miami, a lot of people pretty much thought that was sewed up to the Canes. So it goes over and commits to LSU.
I actually had him going over to LSU, but one of the funniest things, I mean, personally, I'm real on the show. He's ranked higher than I would personally. So I don't think it's that big of a miss for the Canes. I think somebody, higher in the rank is good for name, but when it would come to production on the field, I don't think he'd live up to it, so it'd look bad for them. But one of the funniest things I've ever seen when it comes to commitment, they threw him at LSU football. So he's last season he had 10 drops, which for a wide receiver, that's horrible, especially in high school, because it's only going to come at you faster and quicker. You know what I'm saying? Stronger, faster, quicker. Mm-hmm. So he ended up getting tossed at LSU football and drops it. And it was just a hilarious thing.
I did see that video. And then he looked at the person that was throwing the football
and tried to
like
blame
it was
it.
their
I'd have
fault.
caught that. I'm going to tell you. And I'm not a 5-star. I've never been a 5-star athlete.
Right in his hands.
It was in the basket. I mean, maybe he had to stretch a little bit, but you're going to have to stretch on the field too. I'd have caught that by accident.
And then we're going to move over to 4-star number 5 linebacker in the country, Raylan Wilson from Lincoln High School in Tallahassee, Florida. He committed to Georgia over Florida and Michigan. Wilson is a former Michigan commit that backed off his pledge to the Wolverines 2 weeks ago. Curtis, this list is kind of getting long. You want to join in and help me?
Yeah, I got you. And at the perfect time too, because Raylan, that's the bro. Man, jump on the show. Stop ignoring that invite, man. Don't stop ducking the smoke, my boy. Let's get it. Talk about your commitment. And then I'll continue over to the 4-star QB, Dylan Lonergan out of Brockwood High School in Snellville, Georgia. He's committed to Alabama. He's actually the second commit at the quarterback position for Alabama behind Eli Holstein. So then we're going to make our way over to the 4-star number 4 interior lineman, Madden Sanker out of South Paulding High School in Douglasville, Georgia. He's committed to Louisville, which has been surprisingly hot on the trail. Sanker's ranking sits just outside the top 100 of the 247 composite. He's the number 7th ranked player in the state of Georgia. And then 4-star offensive tackle Lucas Simmons. He's in Clearwater Academy International. He's committed to FSU over Florida, Tennessee, and USC. Me and Connor, I believe 2 episodes talked about Coach Atkins over at FSU being that shining light. Personally, I had him going to FSU, so no surprise there. A lot of Gator fans and Tennessee fans, and especially USC fans, are real disappointed there. But Atkins continues to recruit, and he's been that guy for FSU when it comes to the trail. You can't ever feel safe or feel at that offensive line position battling in-state when he's on the trail. So we'll go over to the 4-star number 6 safety, Elliott Washington out of Venice, Florida. He's flipped his commitment from Alabama to Penn State. So Penn State's got their name dropped a lot so far this episode, and they did something that a lot of programs can't do in beating Alabama and flipping a kid from Alabama. Then we go over to the number 6 running back, Caleb Jackson. He's in a Liberty Magnet in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So he's committed to LSU over Alabama, Texas A&M, and others. And then hearing that he's in high school in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, to commit to LSU shouldn't really be a surprise there, but it's always tough to keep talent in state. So the fact that they continue to do that is a hats off to LSU. Now over to 4-star cornerback, Jalen Braxton. He's in Lone Star High School in the Lone Star state of Texas. He's committed to Arkansas over nearly 30 other offers, another school that we have highlighted kind of about recruiting really well against comparison. So Arkansas continues to do better than they've done in recent years with landing Jalen Braxton. And then going over to 4-star athlete Carlos Wilson. He's from California. I'm not pronouncing his high school. He's decided to commit to Utah. Great decision there personally. I think they do real good job at developing players over there at Utah. And then now over to 3-star wide receiver Lamar Seymour out of Miami Central High School. He's committed to Pittsburgh, which has done great at recruiting the state of Florida. I believe this is their 6th commitment from the state of Florida. He's committed to Pittsburgh over UCF, Miami, Penn State, and Auburn. And then Georgia got their 2024 class off to a great start with the commitment of the number 1 tight end, I believe, in the country for 2024 with Landon Thomas. And then also they ended up landing number 7 wide receiver Nye Carr to start off. I mean, it's a great jump to that 2024 class. So, again, Georgia continues at a high rate, and not just the 2023 class, which isn't even over, focusing on and landing some top prospects in the 2024 class. And then continuing on to the 2024 class, we have JoJo Stone. So that's Joseph Stone. He's in Grayson High School out of Loganville, Georgia. He's committed to LSU with over more than 20 offers to choose from. 20 offers, a 2024 kid is a huge thing. And he's decided, hey, I've got enough information and feeling to decide to go over and commit over to LSU. So that wraps up all the commitments. I'm glad I could chop it down with you, Connor. It's July has been the week of information, really, with commitments in top schools. I guess this is what these guys like to do in the state. I mean, in this month.
Yeah, man, it's been a wild month, and we're not even halfway through. So the last 2 shows we've had, while the top schools have kind of dwindled down over the last couple weeks that we've gone through, the commitments have been aplenty.
Wild.
There's been number of commitments across the country, and schools are really starting to fill up their classes. Like Will said, there's schools that are getting commitments, and boards are going to change. Maybe LSU backed off because they landed a couple of defensive linemen in the last couple weeks. I do think they'll pick things back up now that they've heard Will in that interview, though. Yep. But man, it's been a crazy month, and like I said, we're not even halfway over. So we've still got 2 more weeks at minimum to go through all of these commitments, and it's going to be fun to monitor. I can say that I said that a while back that when a lot of fans on Florida's timeline were like, "Oh man, it's not going to be fun if these kids don't go to Florida." Man, it's fun for me to monitor and see where all these kids go. And it's fun to watch how these staffs move. It's fun to watch how these kids go through the process because they only get one time. Like Will said, man, he felt he was rushing it a little bit. You only get to go through the process one time. Really take your time, enjoy it with your family. So it's definitely something that I enjoy monitoring. And I enjoy even more coming on to this show, man, and chopping it up with you and just just talking, man. It's fun to do, and I thoroughly enjoy it.
Yeah, I look forward to this every week, and like we said, it's more than football. We just talk here, we chop it up too, and this is a great month. My daughter's birthday is actually on the 16th, so if anybody wishes my daughter a happy birthday, you in a raffle for next week's giveaway. So let's do that. If anybody shouts out my daughter, gives her a happy birthday, you're automatically in a raffle. Let's do that.
I like it. Great job.
We didn't ask Will what song to close.
That's what I was just about to say, man.
I'm about to call him. Hold on.
Hey, even text him, man, if you want to.
No, I'm gonna call him.
All right, we're gonna get him live on the show. All right.
Yeah, live on the show. Taylor's in the giveaway. Hey, what's good? Hey, fam. So what we do when we have a guest leave, we have them pick a song. We forgot to ask you what song you wanna leave out on. What song you think we should put to close you out?
FCG Heen, probably like Environment or something.
All right, I got you. I'm gonna close you out with that one, and I'm still on it live, so I'm gonna jump back on. I'm gonna tap in with you.
All right, bet. Thank you.
All right, bet. All right, let's get it.
All right, so what do we got, Curtis?
FBG Heen, Environment.
All right, I like it. Another great weekend, another great week, another great interview, man. Curtis, like I said, always appreciate you chopping it up. Let's close it out with Will's song. This is Varsity.
This is Varsity.